this is Jill Cassidy, and I'm here to do a tutorial on how to make a barbecue invitation. I'm in Montana right now visiting my mom for a month, so I've turned her dining room into my makeshift craft space, and she's filming this for me. And every year when we come to Montana, I get kind of overwhelmed by all of our old friends and family wanting to do things with us, so I've started a tradition where I throw a barbecue at my mom's house. And so I'm making these invitations for our barbecue that we're going to have in a few weeks so we can see everybody. Okay. So I started off with a 12 by 6 piece of cardstock that I folded into my card base. And then I cut a small square of cream colored cardstock. And I use my corner rounder to round the corners of just the top corners. And then I found this Cuttlebug cartridge, and to me it reminds me of the lattice on a wicker chair. It reminds me of a barbecue, so I decided to emboss this white piece of cardstock. Okay, and I have my helper here, I guess. We're going to run it through the Cuttlebug. Keep going. We're almost done. It's not done yet.
Mom.
Thank you.
So done. So we'll close this.
Okay. And then I'm taking adhesive. And I'm going to glue that down. Not really in the center because this is blank right now, but we're going to add something to a minute, or something to it in a minute. Jeez. Okay. And then I cut a strip of plaid pattern paper, and it's about 6.5 by 1.5 inches. I made it a little longer than my invitation, because I really like how it looks on cards when I have papers and embellishments hanging off the edge. It gives it more of a fun, funky look sometimes. And since I love layers, now I'm taking this strip of orange polka dotted paper and I'm going to glue it across my plaid paper. And I cut it about a centimeter longer than my plaid paper. Next, I cut a circle from the Accent Essentials cartridge. It's an older one, but it's still one that I turn to quite often, the cartridge. I cut it at 6 inches, but you won't have to worry about taking notes on how big I cut things with my Cricut, because on the bottom of this blog post, I have all the sizes posted. And I also created a Gypsy and a Craft Room file for you to download if you'd like to remake it yourself. And I just glued that to the center. I really like to use circles a lot or layers to anchor my photos, or in this case my Cricut shapes on, so it doesn't look like they're just floating on my card. And next,
Can you move it all the way in the sun, maybe? There you go. That's good.
And next I cut a grill from the Block Party cartridge, and I already glued all the pieces together because it took a while. And I also forgot to pack my black ink when I came to Montana, but I really wanted to ink all the edges of my grill. So I took my black journaling pen, and these are my favorite pens, and I've already done most of it, but I just wanted to show you that I just went along and I drew along the very edge of my cuts. And it works just like black ink, but it gives it, makes the cut stand out a little better, and it's just a little different than inking. And before I go ahead and glue that down, I love to use this bookbinding ribbon. And I'm going to take it and tie it across my card. And tie it into a little bow. This ribbon is so fun and lightweight, and it makes really nice bows and knots. I use it on a lot of projects, and it's not very pricey either, and it comes in, at my scrapbook store, she stocks over 100 different colors, so you can find any color to match whatever project you're working on. So I tied it in a bow there, and then I have a black button, and I'm going to use a couple of glue dots on my button. And just adhere it to the center of the bow. Buttons are one of my favorite embellishments to use because they're so versatile. And you can use them on pretty much anything. I love the way they look as the center of a bow. And then I'm just going to cut the ends of this ribbon off to complete my bow. Now I'm going to glue my grill on.
And what kind of glue is that, dear?
This is Scotch Quick Dry Adhesive. It's the glue that I use to glue all of my Cricut cuts together. It glues, it's really strong, and it dries fast, so I don't have to worry about getting glue all over my hands while I'm creating. That tends to happen to me a lot. And next, I cut a barbecue sentiment from the Block Party cartridge in green cardstock, and then I cut the shadow in craft cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and glue the green on top of the craft shadow cut. And I'm going to glue it to my card. And as you can see, when I glued the barbecue cut onto my card, I angled it. It's not completely straight. And I'm also going to angle my barbecue sentiment. And it's just angled a little bit. And it gives it kind of a fun look. You don't really always have to worry about your cards being perfect and everything being perfectly straight. Sometimes it's more fun and eye-appealing to make them a little off-center and crooked. And next, I have a sheet of letter stickers, and I'm going to put "It's a" on top of the barbecue, or above the barbecue sentiment, to make a "It's a Barbecue" title. And I love to mix letter stickers and Cricut cut letters together to create my titles.
Here's our other helper. Say hi, Alex.
Hi.
Alex couldn't help But help, he loves to be helpful.
Yes, it's right on the table.
On the table. I'm in it.
Okay.
It's on my hand.
And next I cut another little loopy shape because to me it looked like,
Steam.
yep, smoke coming off of a grill.
That does the grills.
And I added it here because I had some blank space in this corner and I didn't feel like it was complete without adding something.
Just right here. What?
Wait.
And then I have a little tab. It's a sticker by October Afternoon. And I'm going to add it in on this corner because I feel like this corner is still a little empty.
Don't forget the Saturday.
And
Just open.
lastly, I have this fun washi tape made by October Afternoon, and it has days of the week on the tape. And since we're going to throw the party on Saturday, I'm going to go ahead and just rip the Saturday word off. And add it here below the tab because I feel like that tab is kind of floating there by itself, so I felt like it needed a little something extra.
Uh-huh.
And that's it. And it's complete. So thank you so much for watching my video. Have a good day.